Hi, welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is a reading for Monday, July 1st, 2019. Happy birthday to all Cancer water babies out there. And I hope everybody is staying strong during Mercury retrograde. This is a reading for all signs, so it may not resonate with everyone, and the message just might be for one of you. All right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video if you like what you hear, and please leave me a comment and tell me how this resonates or how this is playing out in your life. All right, let's get started. I have shuffled the cards beforehand. All right, and let's see what Spirit has to say to us for July 1st, 2019. Spirit, what do we need to know for July 1st, 2019? All right, let's get this started. Whoop, Chariot coming out, Cancer. There you are. All right, or there we are. All right, so the Cancer card just came jumping out right away. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. Very good. Long-term projects, investments. Ooh, are going to be victorious. Okay, but maybe a little bit difficult. All right. Very good. Oh, beautiful energy. I love when the Empress pops out. She's just so beautiful. Okay. On our overall energy here, we have the Six of Pentacles, you guys. This is beautiful energy. This is Earth energy. Okay, this is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and this is all about giving and receiving. Okay, but we're not really sure if it is an equal exchange of gifts or not, and that is something that we have to think about, because the Six of Pentacles here, he does have a scale, so it's all about being balanced and checking to see whether or not things are balanced. This is a person of considerable wealth, so they have abundance in their life, but they are giving out to people that do not have anything. So the question here is, are you giving enough? Are you giving just enough to keep them wanting and to keep them where they, in the position that they are? Or are you over giving? Because we've got a lot of hands here. All right, and so we've got, and it may be leaning towards over giving, because underneath that card I have the Emperor. Okay, and the Emperor in reverse here, this represents Aries, so there may be Aries energy going on here, but this could represent that you need to step into your power, okay? That's what Spirit is saying to me for the overall energy of this reading. All right, so as far as being victorious in the first card, you Cancer, or somebody with Cancer in their chart, this is an amazing card because this person is able to sort of manage everything that's going on, and it may be a very chaotic time, especially during Mercury retrograde. All right, and this person is holding a staff, and it's a very powerful staff. It's a phallic symbol, so it's representing potency. It's all about travel, moving swiftly, conquering. It's all about finding creative, or it's all about creative problem solving and finding solutions to problems that may not be very direct. Because this represents a crab, remember, crabs never face things head on. Neither can a chariot. When two chariots go to battle, if they were to go face on, the horses would hit each other, okay? And it would be a disaster. So they have to find a way to come up alongside the opposing chariot and fight them side to side, just like a crab. I love this imagery, of course, because I'm also a Cancer. I love it. But it does say it, you know, it reeks of victory, okay? And about power, and it's about duality. It's about being able to manage this situation that might be a little bit difficult, tumultuous. You know, it's always a bumpy ride, but look, he's standing straight up, okay? He's standing straight up and maintaining his composure during this really bumpy ride. Now, the Chariot is clarified by another Cancer, another water sign, another card that represents water sign, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And the Knight of Cups in reverse is sort of like an outpouring of emotions. It's somebody who isn't able to sort of control his emotions. So oftentimes this is somebody making you an offering, so it could be a love offering, although I'm not sure if this is a love reading yet or not. We'll sort of see how this unfolds. Usually the Knight of Cups is sort of my player card, right? Especially in reverse. So it's somebody who's kind of capricious, kind of finicky, all right? You have to be really careful of what they are offering you in this cup, all right? And that's definitely true in the reverse. All right, so it could represent, okay, for this Cancer, it's about maintaining your composure, okay, when you're up against somebody who might not be completely honest with you, or maybe juggling, you know, other partners, or if it's a business opportunity, you know, they may be working with other businesses, but that things maybe aren't what they seem. So you have to be really careful with that. Okay, Spirit is saying that's sort of a warning, or you have been able to do this in the past. Like you were able to be victorious, you were able to maintain your composure and maintain sort of this poised. I'm getting, you know, you were very poised and very strong during this really crazy time, which could definitely be now, could be Mercury retrograde, all right, in the face of somebody that was disingenuous or, you know, was playing you. Okay, it means the Seven of Pentacles, this is earth energy, so we have more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and this is somebody who's made an investment, so it could be investment in with money, it could be time, it could be energy, it could be your heart, you know, it could be that you really care about this person or you did care about this person, all right, but this person is looking back on the investments that they made and waiting for their ships to come in, you know, waiting for, not their ships to come in necessarily, but waiting for the fruition, okay, of this investment, waiting for the return on this investment. Clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Four of Swords. All right, this is air energy, so it could represent Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. And the Four of Swords is beautiful. It's all about taking some time out, taking some rest, recuperating, going inward, doing sort of a self-analysis, checking up, you know, it's like doing a virus scan on your computer, checking up on your feelings, on your emotions, okay, and your thoughts. How am I, you know, getting ready, preparing for the next battle? Because what happens is, you know, the Five of Swords is also, which appears at the end of our reading, you know, the Five of Swords is somebody has come out of a situation and they're ready to fight. And in this deck, this person, you know, he is head on. He's facing the problems head on, or has faced the problems head on. And if this does represent you, you have, you know, you've thought about it, you've meditated, you've healed. Okay, I'm getting that healing is going to be really important after this investment, and you may have invested in the wrong person. Okay, so if this is a love reading, it may be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio person. You may have invested in this person, okay, and you may be taking some time out to heal from this situation. Okay, but never fear, we've got the Six of Wands. This is fire energy. I love it because you guys have all of the elements coming out here. The Six of Wands, we have this wreath of victory. It's optimism. It's again, it's fire. So it's all about passion. This is somebody who has support of his community. Everybody's really proud of him. Everybody's cheering him on. So don't worry, you will be victorious. You just need to heal whatever it was, this investment, maybe with this person. Okay, and it could be financial, it could be health, it could also be, you know, a love situation and be emotional. All right, and again, this is represented by Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So you may be dealing with somebody, or you may have that in your chart. All right, it's beautiful. Be very optimistic. Spirit says, you know, there may have been a little bit of a tough time here, okay, because you put in a lot of effort, a lot of investment, okay, maybe with the wrong person or the wrong idea. So you take some time out to heal. If you do so, clear those blocks, all right, and you've got the Six of Wands. You've got victory at hand, and then this is clarified by the Empress. The Empress is absolutely beautiful energy. She is abundance. She is sexuality. Look here on her belly. This is a waterfall. So there's just sort of this infinite possibility. All right. She is sensuality. She is power. She is mother. Okay. So this is absolutely gorgeous. So here you've got victory. Okay, it could be victory with a woman. I get that just there's peace coming in. There's abundance. You know, she's pregnant. She's got a lotus in her hand. She's powerful. Okay, she's about the material world. You know, she's got wheat. She's got crops. She's nature. You know, and oftentimes when we refer to Mother Earth, it's this ancient reference to this woman, to the Empress, to this archetypal ideal. Okay. Of this beauty, sensuality, passion, material. You know, her husband is the emperor. You know, he's married to nature, and she just has everything and so abundant, so beautiful, you guys. So this could be a love relationship. Okay, could also be business, but we've got coming up for you, or currently you're experiencing after this sort of healing period, after this investment, or this investment, maybe you needed to take some time out and think about it, but it will actually be victorious and it will yield everything that you possibly want. Now, at the end of this reading here, you've got the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords is, I'm getting that you are victorious, and I get that maybe you had to do something, or you had to sort of cut somebody out. Okay, and I'm getting it was probably this person that at one point you thought was for you or was worth it, okay? But you found out that maybe they were disingenuous, maybe they were lying to you, maybe they had other people or other options or other businesses on the side, or maybe they were taking from you, okay? It could be that they were taking something from you, but you actually will be victorious. Whatever you had to do, and I don't think you liked doing it. Okay, but the person in the background is being defeated, and I get that this is you. Spirit is saying this is you. You may have done something that was difficult for you. Okay, sometimes when we are, especially us water signs, it's hard for us to make those decisions where, we're so empathetic, where we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Okay, but maybe you had to, or maybe you just had to be, you had to act differently. You had to be cold. This Swords energy, again, is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Maybe you had to say things really directly, really bluntly. Maybe you had to be a little bit mean. Maybe you had to be a little bit sneaky as well. But you did it, okay? You did it to protect yourself, protect your investment. I don't get that you were doing anything that wasn't above board, okay? That you were above board, but maybe you felt like it wasn't, okay? And it wasn't like your normal self. And in doing so, you were able to turn this Five of Cups, which is disappointment, which is sadness, which is sorrow, which is walking away from something. Okay, so it very well could have been a relationship with this person. Okay, it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person, or someone with a lot of that in their chart. All right, and so this sadness and the sorrow and this feeling of being alone and despair, you're able to turn that around. Why? Because you came, you said, I'm going to be victorious. I'm going to be successful. I have everything that I need, okay? But maybe you had to do something that you felt wasn't quite above board here. All right, so this is really good energy, because I feel like you're being really strong and you've been able to handle a situation that wasn't really, a good situation. It wasn't good for you. So I'm getting that, you've been able to clear those blocks, and I get that you were really sad. You were probably very empathetic, very emotional, didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, but you really did have to take care of yourself and release this person and release the sorrow that accompanied this situation. All right, so I'm just going to pull some oracle cards so we can get some more information. All right, so Spirit, please tell us what else we need to know. Okay, so here we go. Rejoice and celebration. Number 3. So I get that, okay, this is actually a very beautiful card. Rejoice and celebration, so it may be how you're feeling right now, but it also is the number 3, and I get that this person probably went out a lot. I'm getting that there very well could have been somebody else on the side, another person. Remember, if I say man or woman, gender is fluid. Okay, so it just means that sort of masculine or feminine energy. All right, so you could be rejoicing and feeling really good right now, but I get that it actually represents more of the 3, where there was somebody else involved, or maybe there was a party and there was an incident while somebody was out and drinking or partying. Emotional withdrawal, perfect. This works so well with the 4 of Swords beneath it. I love it when the tarot does this. It gives us these really direct messages. Emotional withdrawal. Okay, so I think you were really hurt by this and you had to rethink things and figure out how you were going to go from there. Awesome. Then you get balance. All right. This is absolutely just beautiful. This is Libra energy. All right. So we've got balance. Okay. I think you took the time out, to sort of balance your emotions. Maybe you were feeling, lopsided in one way or the other because of this. Maybe you're feeling overly saturated with this toxic sort of energy. So you took the time out to heal and to balance. And I think that was really rewarding for you, or will be. Okay. And in the outcome here, you have conflict and defeat. All right, so again, this is really awesome. Okay, you guys, why is it awesome? Because here we have, again, the tarot giving us very, very clear messages. We've got the 5s All right, conflict and defeat, and we've got the Five of Swords. So I get that, I get that you were probably conflicted about this person and about this situation, and probably about what you had to do, because I don't think it's in your nature to actually be mean to people or be rude to people. And I don't get that you were actually mean and rude to people. I think you just felt like you were, but you did what you needed to do. All right, we've got the Five of Cups, which is total defeat, but we've got that in reverse. All right, so I get that, you're able to clear that block, okay, by sort of withdrawing, thinking about the situation, and also by, balancing out your emotions and your thoughts, okay, while you're in this healing process. I love this. It's so beautiful. The card at the bottom, you guys, is truth. So again, we've got more balance. The truth came out. I think you were able to sniff out, sniff out somebody doing something dirty, something wrong, something behind your back. All right, and the truth, again, remember, guys, the truth will set you free. All right, this is beautiful energy, guys, so I'm going to pull some more oracle cards, because I'm just absolutely in love with oracle cards. I'm so proud of you guys for working through this situation, or if you are dealing with this situation, just know that, Spirit's got your back. All right, you have the tools that you need to overcome this, all right, and get over this person. Awesome. First light, beginning a new cycle. Very good. All right. So again, here with this victory and with the Empress, okay, this is, she's pregnant. She's abundant. She's got, everything that she needs, to start a new cycle. All right. And I think this is what you guys are, doing by doing the healing work that you need to do and balancing out your emotions and your feelings. All right. Again, doing that sort of virus scan, okay, of yourself. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly, so you've got your eye on the prize. That works very, very well here with the Six of Wands, victory, reaching your destination. Once you just had a little hiccup there. Okay, this also works really well with the Chariot. There's a lot of movement here, and I get that you're moving on. All right, that you're moving forward, okay, and you're able to do that. And you're able to do that by listening to these readings, by meditating. All right, and we'll just pull another oracle card out here, guys. All right, and distant thunder, clear the air. All right, so I get that maybe this person isn't so happy about you leaving, or, I get that that really works here well with the Five of Swords. All right, so they may be really wishing you, they may be wishing bad things for you. All right, they may be sort of plotting. I don't want you to get paranoid and think that they're, they're stalking you, or they're, or they're going to hurt you. But I do want you to be careful here, because Spirit is saying, look here, there is, there has been and there is some conflict. So I think they really don't like you standing up for yourself. They don't like you moving on, okay, because you have made a significant investment, and I think they feel like they deserve what's yours. I don't know why I'm getting that, but Spirit's saying, I feel like they deserve what's yours, and I think you're putting your foot down and you're walking away. All right, and in the end here, all is possible. You choose your path. All right, so that's very good. All right, so that's all about, knowing the truth here, knowing what's true, choosing your own path accordingly. Yeah. All right, once you've sort of weighed out your options, okay, once you've weighed out and you've balanced out your emotions and you've weighed out your options, all right, based on truth, based on fact, based on what's good for you, all right, remember, you're strong, all right, the Chariot is the warrior, so, you're not going to also take a back seat here, all right, and, you've got nothing but abundance and victory awaiting you. All right, so now that I've totally messed up all these cards, they were so beautifully aligned. All right, now let's take a look here. I do get that this may have been a romantic situation. All right, so I'm going to just pull some Mermaid Oracle cards. I love these cards, you guys. Again, as a water baby, as a beach person, oof, I love this energy. It's just so beautiful. Okay, and the messages are so good. Fertility. Potential, powerful, creative energy, initiation energy. How awesome is that, you guys? Again, this is the Empress coming out. All right, so I get that, you've got, this victory is at hand. All right, this is all about, the fertility here. Your victory is at hand. There's abundance. You're creative. I think you're creating a new life. All right, it's just really important you stick to that path and you choose the abundant path. All right, you choose what's best for you. All right. So, all right, we'll pull a few more cards, see what's going on. Spirit, please let us know what we need to know for this reading. All right, the unseen. All right, so too much is hidden from you. Perfect. All right, so again here, this works really well with our player card. You know, he's hiding, he or she is hiding something. All right, I don't think you know enough. All right, and I think the truth, again, is going to set you free or has set you free. And I think you thought that there was a lot of potential for this relationship, okay? But I think you're realizing, whoa, there isn't. You know, there's just too much that's unseen, and there is definitely a negative energy. And so I want you to be really careful. Okay, because we also have the distant thunder. So I want you to be careful about this person, about being around this person. They may be talking bad about you behind your back. Okay, they may be slagging you off on social media. All right, I'm really getting that here. So you just want to be careful. Just protect yourself. Okay, make sure that, you know, all of your T's are crossed, your I's are dotted, that you've been above board. Okay, and don't, I think, Spirit is saying cut off communication. I'm just getting that. Cut off your communication. All right. The siren and her skin, reclaiming your authenticity. All right. So I think that this did take a lot out of you. This relationship did take a lot out of you. All right. But you're around. You've got your friends and your family around. Again, this is all about a rebirth. Okay. So we get that here with the fertility card. All right. We get that with the Empress. All right. And we get that, you know, there's going to be a rebirth here. All right. So shed your dead weight, that all, you know, shed that skin, anything that had to do with that person. All right. I think, you know, Spirit is saying walk away. Walk away. They weren't for you. All right. All right. And the last card I have here is Divine Sensuality, Making Love and Erotica. Ooh, interesting. So either this could be an upcoming romance, you guys, or it could really be, it could also mean that, you know, maybe you were very sexually attracted to this person, but I think you're going to have to really let that go, okay? So divine sensuality, you know, maybe, you know, there might have been a real sexual power here, or, you know, maybe through another, you know, love situation, that's how you're going to get rid of this person, all right? All right, so finally we've got peace. All right, beautiful card. All right, so we've got a lot of peace here. So I think peace is what you're after, because I'm getting there's a lot of conflict in this relationship, or there will be, and you're kind of just like not up for it, even though, you know, that you've got to do what you've got to do. But I think, you know, you're just looking for peace. Come to the edge. All right, so maybe this relationship was really taking you to the edge. This could be also you just taking a risk. It could feel like a really big risk, because I feel like, you know, again, you felt like you had invested a lot into this relationship. All right. And so, like, I think that's why there's a little bit of confusion here, you know, why you have to take some time out and think about it, you know, because you feel like you're really taking a risk. And I get that, you know, it's risky for you. You feel like, you know, arguing and standing up for yourself. And, you know, if this person has violent tendencies, I'm just sort of getting, you know, I think you're a little bit worried about it. All right, so just make sure that you're safe at all times, all right? Make sure that you're safe and try not to engage with this person. Spirit is just telling me this. I'm getting, you know, this may just be a message for, you know, one of you, all right? All right, yin. Again, there's this beautiful feminine energy, all right? I think that is, you know, that is you. Again, we've got this Empress. I think that you've got a lot of feminine energy. I think, you know, rely on love. All right, rely on the love you love yourself, okay? Rely on the love of your family and your friends, okay? And loyal heart, beautiful. So I get that maybe I get that you are a very loyal person, but I also get that you may be having this incoming, you know, you may be getting this sort of, you may be meeting somebody that you're very, very attracted to. All right, and here it's the 22, and then here we've got the loyal heart. Even though it's the 35, this to me just reminds me of the 2 of Cups. I mean, just, you know, this, you deserve this. You deserve divine sensuality, this erotica, to make love to somebody who is completely loyal to you. All right, so although I wasn't sure this was going to start out as a love relationship, I mean, as a love reading, it sort of turned into that, okay? So I apologize if, you know, it may have to do, again, with business or just any sort of partnership as well, but I think with the, you know, with the mermaids want to talk about sex, baby, talk about you and me, so I think we have to do that. All right, so I'm just going to pull some animal oracle cards because, again, I love animals. I think animals are our greatest teachers. So let's go ahead and see here. We've got pig spirit. Use your mind wisely. All right, spirit is telling us this twice. All right, use your mind wisely. All right, the truth is going to be really important. Okay, be here now, so don't focus too much on the past. don't focus too much on the future. Focus on, you know, doing the right thing now that's right for you. All right. And then take time out. Awesome. This card, this card here is exactly resonates with the Four of Swords. Take some time out. It's going to be necessary. You're going to have to heal. All right. You're going to have to heal. And we'll just pull one final animal spirit card, you guys, and see what happens here. Okay, and overcome any obstacle. All right, so don't worry about, you know, don't worry about what's going to happen. If you take the right steps, make sure you take some time out for healing. Make sure that you're safe. Okay, get rid of this person. All right, drop this energy. All right, the truth will set you free. So don't think about, you know, the what ifs and the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future so much. Be here now. You can overcome any obstacle. All right, I'm going to leave that with you guys for today. Thank you for listening. Again, if you like this, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And I love you all. I'm sending you all of my my good vibes, strength. Remember, there are people out there that love you, and you know, your family is also going to be really important. I know things might be difficult during Mercury retrograde, so please stay tuned. All right, take some time out for yourself and take care of yourselves. All right, have a beautiful day.